Are you really?
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so nervous, Regis.
Are you really? Don't be nervous. Let me tell you what I did for her. She opened a rainbow.
Please,
Just a minute. But this makes sense.
Please, Regis.
Rainbow and Stars.
Yeah.
She opened up there. Now, do you remember the Jolson story? Larry Parks came in and he sat
St.
down.
Liza.
That's it.
Yeah.
Up there on the stage was
I
Ruby
remember
Keeler.
this.
Remember that?
Yes.
She faltered for just a minute. She just lost her for just a second.
Yes.
And Jolson stood up and said, Liza, Liza, name the day.
What'd you say?
Guided me. Why declined to roll away?
And she wanted to belt him for
No,
it.
she regrouped.
She said, sit down. I know
So
it.
I want you to have that assurance that on opening night, should you falter for a moment, Liza, Liza, I'll be
You'll be
there.
there.
I'll do it.
Well, it's called, you have to stand up and sing Stepping Out then.
Oh, is that what it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Cat and Emperor, the most wonderful song for a movie I just made called Stepping Out.
You
and we
would-
based musically the show around that, so it's all kinds of music.
Well, those two guys write the greatest songs.
Aren't they
for you.
something?
I mean, but your
They
voice
become
and their
signature
music
songs
is
for
just
you.
great.
Well,
Like
I
no
don't know.
other.
Well,
I think
you
I'm
know,
just lucky enough to sing them, to tell
But
you
I
the
must tell
truth,
you, I was reviewing the movies out in Los Angeles for the ABC station, and I saw New York, New York, and I loved it, and I loved that song. I loved it so much that I played it in the review. You know, you're doing it, and then I said, because I love this so much and it reminds me of New York, I'm going to play it again for you. So I played it a second time. I knew that song was going to go through the roof, and you were absolutely dynamite. But then along came Frank. You know?
Oh, yeah, tell me.
I could have hit him.
Oh, no, it's
No,
wonderful.
I'm just kidding. You know
I'm telling
that.
you, anything that makes a song that's good, known all over the world, is fine. It's just
It's a great
wonderful.
compliment when everybody wants to
Oh,
do
it's
it.
terrific. What was really fun was singing it with him. You know, that
That's
was
right,
fun.
on your tour
Yeah.
with him. Tell us about working with Frank and Sammy. That must have been a ball. Huh?
Well, it was great. It was, it was like being with, like my uncles.
Yeah.
You know, because I was lucky enough to know them when I was growing up. And after being with two men like that, I think that it seems totally normal that you work with 12 women. You know,
It's a natural segue.
Yes, it's a natural segue. You can't beat that, you know.
Oh, that's funny. Listen, Liza, we're going to pause. We're going to come right back in just a moment, okay? With more from Liza Minnelli.
Come on.
Just a little bit of
To whet your
Liza
appetite.
working out. Now, I guess you're working out every day now, rehearsing for
Oh,
this.
God,
show.
yes.
Now,
How
does
many hours do you work each day?
8 hours a day.
Radio City have a special meaning for you?
It does, actually. My father worked there in 1933. He was art director for 4 years.
Art director.
Before he started directing movies in Hollywood.
yeah.
He worked there and he designed a
Sets
lot of the
and-
sets and all the costumes and directed a lot of the shows. So I went down into the archives and found all this stuff. It was just amazing because they have such wonderful archives there. They keep everything,
Yeah.
you know. And you can find everything in little swatches of material.
No kidding.
On the,
To that
drawings.
degree, they keep everything.
Yeah, so
huh?
we did a whole piece about it.
That's
I'm
terrific.
thrilled
That had to
pieces.
be a bittersweet experience for you, though, in a way, huh?
Well, yeah, but it was just wonderful. It was just wonderful. I can't tell you.
Oh, that's
And when do you see how pretty they are? You know. Really.
Well, shall we take a look at some of the Liza Minnelli?
Well, are we going back, Reg?
Yeah,
Way
speaking
back,
of
huh?
memorabilia and archives, look at this. Here's your Oscar nomination for The Sterile Cuckoo. Remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure. That was, you were terrific in that. You got the nomination, right?
Thanks, Reg.
Young?
Oh, yes, young.
Yeah, young. But of course, one of the giant hits of all times, of course, and you did get the Oscar for this one,
Was this
Cabaret.
1972?
And to this day, I guess, whenever Joel is with you, you kind of reprise, what do you call that? A little bit of that
Oh,
show?
sure. We had such a good time making that movie.
Yeah.
We really had a wonderful
Oh, my
time.
gosh, what a great movie.
And Fosse, Bob Fosse, who directed Cabaret, there's a tribute to Fosse in the Radio City show, too.
Oh, my gosh,
Yeah.
really terrific. All right, lucky lady. Here are a couple of lucky leading
Too
men
terribly
here.
unattractive.
I'd say you were
men,
lucky,
you know.
yeah.
Burt Reynolds and Gene Hackman. And there you are as a redhead. Now, do you like yourself as a redhead?
No, Reg.
That was
Neither did anybody else, Reg.
It's right for the role. It was in the script.
But I love this movie, and I don't care what you say. Martin Scorsese's New York, New York. With Bobby De Niro.
Yes.
Yeah. Those of us who know him well call him Bobby.
Yeah.
She's tight. Where is the picture of Arthur? That's one of my favorite roles
Arthur,
of all
no,
time.
I don't have Arthur with us,
Arthur.
but you loved Arthur in that.
I adored that movie.
Yeah, that was a funny movie.
Oh,
Now, stepping out. This is the big one, right?
Yeah.
It's coming out this fall.
In September,
Paris.
right.
what is she stepping out from, this woman?
Well, it's really about all of the people in this little tap dance class in Buffalo, New York. And I play an ex-Broadway dancer who fell in love with the guitar player somewhere along the line, and it's 8 years later. She hasn't worked in 8 years. And to make some money, she decides to teach a tap dance class. She's never taught before, and she gets just, you know, 8 students who have never tap danced before. And they're just awful, you know. But she doesn't really care, you know, it's just to make the money. And so they get challenged to do this small show, like, you know, it's like a benefit, a local benefit. And it becomes their whole lives. They suddenly, we're in show business, we have to do a number. And it's about what they go through to get to that point where they can walk on stage, because these people aren't performers. You know, one's a nurse, and one is an insurance salesman, and one is something else, and they just, it becomes so important to them, and you find out about all of their personal lives.
Great idea for a movie, I think.
It's lovely, and they win in the end. You know, it's just nice.
Good, a feel-good movie.
And they go through all of the feelings that everybody has, whether you're on Broadway or in Buffalo. There's that curtain, there's that stage, there's the audience. It's opening night.
It's a challenge, you know?
Now, shall we come right back with more from Liza? We got to pause again. Talking with Liza Minnelli as she prepares to open her big blockbuster show on April 23rd at Radio City Music Hall for 3 weeks here in New York. Then do you go out on tour?
Yes, well, this summer.
Same show you'll take, or different?
No, I can't.
Too much production.
There's too many of us.
Yeah.
You know? But I'll take some of the girls, I hope.
She's working real hard and, of course, has never really tap danced before and all the things you've done in this
That
business.
shocked me.
No.
I couldn't believe that.
Well, it's different. I think I could always sort of fake it and look like I was doing it, or do a soft shoe, or just, you know, just get by, but not really do it. And I had to learn how to do it for the film.
But you don't have
to. And for Radio City.
But you don't have to dance, Liza. All you have to do really is that. I've watched you for years. All you have to do is this. Nobody, she's dancing with her hands.
She could sit on a stool and do that, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you've got such great body moves, you know?
I guess that's the greatest compliment, that you make it look so easy when it is such incredibly hard work.
Oh, yeah, but that's your job, I think, you know. It's like you. I mean, I'm sitting in my kitchen every morning thinking, I'm going to rehearsal again, and watching you before I go. And
Do you
make
watch
it
us
look
every morning?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Who was on yesterday?
Oh,
Come on.
honey, don't tell me.
Yesterday was Sunday. All right.
Don't test me. This is how I feel.
Don't you tell me yesterday was Sunday and we weren't all
Here
right.
I'm quizzing
I didn't
Liza
want
Minnelli. That's humor. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Liza, how did it all begin for you? I mean, did you see a movie somewhere? Did you, your mom, what was it that got you into this business?
Well, I wanted to be an ice skater for a long time.
No kidding.
And then we moved to New York, and I saw Bye Bye Birdie. And that changed everything.
or the movie?
I thought, God, that looks like so much fun, what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it was live, and I'd been used to my whole life watching movies being made, which is tedious. I mean, when they're making them, it's not so much fun to watch. But I'd never seen a live show, and I'd never seen kids up there. So that thrilled me. I thought, yeah, that's what I want to do.
And that got you started.
What did your mom say the first time you told her, this is what I want to do with my life?
Oh, no.
Not thrilled.
No, she was thrilled. She knew I wouldn't do anything else, that I loved music and I loved dance, and
For parents,
that's what I
gotta
wanted
be,
to do.
She knew the heartbreak better than anybody did. She had to be concerned for you about it, though.
Yeah, but she trusted me, and she always told me that if I used my mind and if I thought things through, that I'd always be all right. And she gave me so much love. Both my parents did. I mean, I was so lucky. Really, really lucky.
And you watched her on stage, and there was
Oh, sure.
like watching
well,
magic.
Lorna and I, you know, my sister, who adores the two of you.
She's a doll.
Yeah, but Lorna and I grew up backstage, kind of. You know?
And it's rubbed off on both of you. And then, of course, you really got serious in your
Oh, my
teens.
gosh.
And at 19, won the Tony on Broadway for this show.
Youngest ever to win the Tony.
Flora the Red Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about when you look back at an album like this? So much has gone on in your career since this, you know. But this
I just remember how excited I was and how thrilled I was to be working with Cantor and Evan and George Abbott. You know, it was just wonderful. It was like every movie I'd ever seen. You know?
Now, when they played New York, New York for you,
Yeah.
what was that like? Was that in one of their apartments or in a rehearsal hall?
It was in Freddie's apartment.
Did you know right away that it was an enormous song?
Well, I just started to cry.
Yeah.
You know, you just,
They captured it so perfectly.
yeah, it was just, it was thrilling. It was absolutely thrilling.
Absolutely. It's like become the anthem of all the
Hasn't it?
struggling that goes on in the city. If you can make it here,
Yeah, you can make it anywhere. You know,
right.
It's true.
Wonderful,
It's true.
wonderful song.
I had no idea your relationship with them went back all the way to Flora the Red Menace Night.
It's from the time I'm 16. You know, I believe very strongly in working with people who are better than I am and smarter, and I can learn from. And I've found some wonderful people to work with.
Isn't it great to have a relationship like that? And all I've got is freaking Finelli and Gelman. No wonder I am where I am.
Reach. The day is young. Things will change.
Well, now what are you going to do? You're going to go back to Radio City and work
I
out?
gotta go huff now.
Gotta go hoof.
Gotta go
Yeah.
tap a
8
little.
more hours. We're going to be there
We'll be there
April
opening night.
23rd,
Thank
okay?
you, Regis.
And remember, I'll be standing by. One hesitation, one little fault, and I'll leap up and
Reach.
carry you through it.
You were coming back from San Antonio April 23rd.
What? Wait a minute. Gelman?
That's it, Regis.
No, we'll be there.
Get
No.
us back in time for
Yes,
Liza's show.
we're coming back, but we're going to be there April 23rd, and you better be there, too. Thanks, Liza. Thanks so much.